In response to these attacks by Russian forces in Ukraine, the United States, along with several other countries, announced tough financial sanctions. James Longman is in Moscow right now. And James, you've been on the ground talking to just ordinary Russians about how this war is already affecting them. How have these new sanctions impacted their day-to-day lives, if anything, so far?
Yeah, hi, Kyra. The Kremlin is doing its best to hide the reality of this war from its own people, but you really do get the sense that's going to get much harder as this continues. Vladimir Putin actually was on television this morning thanking Russian troops for what they're continuing to call the operation in the Donbass, the east of Ukraine, keeping up this pretense that there's no great invasion into Ukraine, and an assault on Kyiv, as we know, is actually continuing. But life is already changing for regular Russians, so they are being alerted to the seriousness of this situation because of sanctions. Since the ruble sank, $7 billion has already been withdrawn from the banks. Things like electronics are rocketing in price. One retailer has said more than 30% of an increase. Car parts are becoming more and more difficult to get hold of. Travel very difficult. I myself actually have already started to find using my credit card quite hard. My Apple Pay has stopped working, and more businesses, when you go into them here, they ask for cash because they're worried about their bank accounts. A former Russian central bank official has said that he thinks there'll be a catastrophe on the Russian currency market when trading opens tomorrow. People here in Russia, they just share so much with their neighbors in Ukraine, and so state media is conscious of that. They're kind of assaulting them with this kind of propaganda campaign, making virtually no mention of Kyiv, saying simply that the Ukrainian military infrastructure is being targeted and this is simply an operation in eastern Ukraine. And this is all as the crackdown on dissent here in Russia continues. One human rights monitor has estimated that 3,000 people have now been arrested in anti-war protests here. It is the anniversary today, 7 years since Boris Nemtsov was assassinated here in Russia. He was gunned down on a bridge right outside the Kremlin. And so there's a possibility that more and more people follow his example of enormous bravery in opposition to the regime here and come out in big numbers. Clearly, the Kremlin is worried that they might, because we've seen more barricades going up. Kyra?
Yeah, and clearly we're going to have to figure out how to get more money to you so you can stay there and cover this story for us. James Longman in Moscow actually feeling the effects of those sanctions already.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.